Bobbito Garcia, everybody!
Hey!
Live from the Bobbito room recording. Where are you?
This is my record room, so all the vinyl is up in here, and, books and yeah, just doodads,
Not the
photos,
doodads.
posters.
What's the best piece of vinyl you got in that collection over there?
I mean, my father was a Latin jazz musician, and he only recorded once in the studio. Most of his performances were all live. But
Mm.
Elanita Ruiz was this beautiful singer in the '60s. I didn't even notice until he passed away. His homeboy, a cat that was in the band with him, called me to his crib. It was like, yo, Bobby, that's what, my family from the 70s, 60s, 70s
Mhm.
called me Bobby. He was like, yo, come over to the crib. I got something. He gave me a 7-inch vinyl. I didn't even know this record existed. My father even never mentioned it. And it's beautiful. He's playing the vibes on it. So that might be the most special.
Oh, that's fire.
Shout out to Ramon.
That's his name? Ramon.
Yeah.
Bobbito, what, your whole career, you have done things that are like just left of center, but the most authentic, in the most authentic, culturally authentic way.
Thank you. Coming
that's
from
the-
you, that's a big compliment, because you've been holding it down for quite some time yourself.
We've been working a long time, Bobby. We've been working a long time, Bobby. But I mean, from
No doubt.
from back in the day in the radio show, then from the column you did, directing the documentary, b-boying, DJing, all the things, basketball, your role in basketball, and it's just like how do you decide what's next? So you have this book now. How do you get to like this is where you are in your life right now? This is what's important for you to do.
Yeah, I'm a rhythm cat. I mean, I was never like a musician, but I have DJ'd, right? So when I'm spinning in front of a crowd, I have a crate of records, and I don't have like, okay, I know I'm gonna play this next record next. It's like it's more like vibe. Okay, the
Mhm.
person's reacting to this, the dance is going nuts to the Afro rhythm. Okay, let me try this record, and that's how I am with my career as well. It's like, okay, well, I've directed 3 films. I wrote a kids book. I wrote a book about sneaker culture. Let me try to write a memoir. Like I haven't done that yet. So
Mhm.
it was just more like a challenge, something new, something that I knew would bring me joy. And I knocked it out. It's titled Bobbito's Book of B-Ball Bong Bong, a memoir of sports, style, and soul. And I poured my heart into it. It's
Mm.
very, it's fragile in points. It's delicate. You wrote a memoir,
I did. I always tell people that everybody should do it.
Yeah,
Whether you
yeah. I mean,
publish it or not, it's the experience of getting your whole story out and looking at your life is so like cathartic and so just I don't know. You just learn so much.
yep, one
It's like for
thousand
such a
percent.
fulfilling experience, right?
Yep. Yeah, no, I had a profound journey writing it. I knocked it out in 7 months, and then I started shopping it, and then at one point I didn't know if it was going to come out, and I was
Hmm.
like I was fine with it. Like I was, yo, this is dope regardless. If I got to put it out myself, I would have. Luckily, Edge of Sports / Akashic picked it up. They're an indie publisher based out of Brooklyn,
Mm.
and it's been all love, and it's been a great campaign with them leading up to today. Tuesday, July 1st. It's the publication date now. It's in stores worldwide. And I'm amped up. I'm really amped up. And I'm talking to Angie Martinez,
Of course, but of course, I can't wait to read. I wish I would have read it. I just got. I don't know what happened, but I just got the book. So you
Yeah.
sent it. I know you sent it last week. I just got it yesterday. So I'm going to spend the 4th of July weekend looking into the book. But what do we learn about you from like what are the I don't know, what are the big moments?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil the book, but I do
Mm-hmm.
want to say that, a lot of people know me from me and Stretch's radio show. In
Mm-hmm.
2023, we got inducted into the National Association of Broadcasters Radio Hall of Fame. 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Source Magazine voted us the best hip hop radio show of all time. Is that's like it's like those are like real accolades. And there's some people who only know me as a
From
hip hop
that.
personality, and that's
Mm-hmm.
it, right? But we all are multi-dimensional, right? We
Mm-hmm.
all have profound, wide interest in life and joy. And me, my whole core is I'm a ball player first and foremost. And
Are
people know
you
me
a
for
ball player before like a DJ, before like a music head and hip hop? Like,
1,000. Angie, I played professionally in Puerto Rico in 1987.
Wow.
I don't get my job in Def Jam until 2 years later. I don't go on the radio until 1990. So, but I mean, even before I was playing pro in Superior, I was in the parks growing up playing ball. I mean, I grew up in the GOAT, aka Rocksteady Park.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm I'm on the asphalt playing ball 3-on-3, 21, booties up, whatever. And who's on the other side of the fence is the Rocksteady crew. Ken
Mm.
Swift, Doze. I knew those dudes from playing football from like the 70s. Crazy Legs is new to the neighborhood. Frosty Freeze, Kuriaki, Take Taki One. I mean, all these dudes, like I'm seeing them. They're right there,
Mm.
and the handball wall had Bill Blast and Doze with top to bottom, you know, like beautiful, beautiful art. So it's like this is my daily. I'm just stepping into culture like nobody's business, both basketball and hip hop
Mm-hmm.
in one park, right
Mm-hmm.
across the street from where I live. And so yeah, I got sunk into to b-ball and it just took over my life. And that's so anyway, so the book, the memoir, the thread is me playing, right? But also me announcing because I get it on the mic before I'm on a radio. I'm on the mic doing games in the parks. And so a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't
Mm.
know
I
like
didn't know
the
that.
the bedrock. The way I got my job at Def Jam, Angie, is because a former teammate of mine, Mark Pearson, we were in Harlem at the Upward Fund. He introduces me to Pete Nice and MC Search when they're unsigned
Wow.
MCs on the come up. They introduced me to Dante Ross when he's A&R Tommy Boy working with De La Soul and Queen Latifah. I'm like, yo, Dante's cool. I'd like to have a job like that. Pete
Yeah, right. We all wanted that job back in the day.
Of course,
Yeah.
Pete and Serge get signed to Def Jam. What do they do? Like, yo, Bob is cool. He plays ball. He got ill sneakers. He paints. He's hardworking. Yo, let's put him on. And that's how I get my job at Def Jam. It goes
What
back to
was your
Mark
role?
Pitt.
What was your role at Def Jam? What was the
Angie, I started out as a messenger working $5 an hour, yo.
and then went to what? Like what was your actual title?
I was a messenger working $5 an hour.
Did you get another title at
I
some
didn't have a
point?
business card, no nothing. No, but what I started doing was I took over. Dave Gossett was a lovely cat, man. He kind
That's
of showed me the
wild.
ropes with the promotions, and he was like, "Yo, start calling up college radio stations." And I just took it upon myself. The foundation he gave me, I just ran with it, and I started calling up Red Alert, and I started giving records to Chuck Chill Out and Marley Marl, and all the DJs across the world. They're calling me up for promos. And that's how I became promotions rep. And then
Mm.
because I had my ear to the street, then I started becoming an A&R rep at Def Jam. And so I went from messenger to promo to A&R and it's just a 4-year span. And then I left and I never looked back. I've been freelance since 1993.
You never like had a job, like you never worked for somebody?
Not since 1993. My last job was at Def Jam. Ever since then, I've worked for myself.
That's
And I've done a lot of
amazing.
different things. I've written 3 books. I've directed 3 films. I've done Nike commercials. I've done films. I mean, I've been on camera. I just did the voice. I was voice talent for this new movie called Sneaks with Anthony Mackie. And
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, yeah.
There's a
So
lot of
yeah,
people in
I
it.
stay busy. I stay
Yeah.
busy, but in between all that, I got to work on my passion projects. And this book,
This is one
Bobbito's
of
book of
them.
Be Ball Bong Bong is one of those.
When you look at it though, when you look at your whole story and that, what is your proudest moment? What
Oh
is
man,
like
that's oh man. That you asking me the tough questions, Angie. I know we was gonna bug out.
Oh, sorry. We could do that too. We could do both. I'm
You gonna
just
ask me like my favorite flavor piragua or something like,
What is your favorite flavor piragua, by the way?
cherry, ooh, tamarindo. Nah,
Stupid.
I mean, my proudest moment might be playing pro for Los Capitanes de Arecibo in
Mm.
1987. And I talk about this in the memoir because it's a big deal. I played ball every single day from 1980 when I decided I want to be the best ball player that I possibly can be. I didn't miss 3 days for 8 years. And so in
Wow.
87, after getting cut from my college team 3 years in a row, Angie, I get scouted at the GOAT, aka Rocksteady Park on 99th in Amsterdam, to play professionally in Puerto Rico, mi patria. So now I'm going to the homeland. I'm getting paid. I'm getting checks. I'm on contract. I haven't even played college ball. I'm not going to the NBA. I'm just a 5'9", 160 pound kid that loves ball, but that, could do a couple of cool things and entertain the crowd and hit a jump shot. So, that like set me off. It was like, wow, if I put my time in, if I don't let people block me from my goals, because, when the coach kept on cutting me from the college team, friends of mine were like, yo, I would have just quit basketball, period. But I was like, nah, I can't do that.
You love it.
I love this. I'm going to keep on. And then it just showed me that the universe presents gifts when you work hard, and it might be the gift that you don't expect, but it's like you just pivot. And I pivoted. And then ever since then, like, that's why I wasn't scared to go freelance. I wasn't scared to quit Def Jam. People thought I was crazy to be like, yo, I'm leaving the top grossing record
at that moment too. They were fired. The Christmas party alone was the reason to work there.
LL Cool J, Slick Rick, Beastie Boys. I mean, Third Base, EPMD, Nice and Smooth. Forget about it. But I was like, nah, I'm good. I want to work for myself. And I took that jump, that leap of faith, and I never looked back. And here I am. Nobody approached me to write a memoir. I was like, I'm going to write a memoir. I just want to write it. And then I
feel like you've done that a lot in your career.
Time and time again. Nobody taught me to be a filmmaker, Angie. I wound up directing 3, doing it in the park, Pickup Basketball NYC, Stretching Bobbito, Radio Change Lives, which you have a cameo in. And we were blessed to have you on camera.
That was, it was my pleasure.
I'm sorry?
And I said it was my pleasure.
Yeah. And then my last film, Rock Rubber 45s. I mean, I've had my films on Netflix, PBS, Showtime, festivals, Urban World, awards, everything. And who taught me to do that? Nobody. So I'm just, I just try to use my strengths and use my network and my community and my goodwill and just make things happen. Like just juggle, just juggle.
That's amazing.
You gonna ask me another hard question?
No hard questions. Only easy questions. Have you spoke to Stretch? Are you guys still close? What about that?
Yeah, I love
your brother.
him, yo. You kidding me? We this is our 35th anniversary of our first broadcast.
Wow.
Yeah, coming up in October 25th.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 1990 was the first time we were on air. So yeah, I mean, we'll have some screenings of our documentary, the anniversary week, and we've been putting out merchandise together. And we had our radio show at Apple Music Hits for 4 years. That came to an end, but that it's all good. I mean, that was nothing between me and him. That was with Apple.
Yeah.
So that's my man. We love each other. I hang out with his kid, and he hangs out with my kid, and yeah, 100.
It's family. I mean, people connect you forever. Forever you guys are connected.
Whether we like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
I feel bad because, I mean, truth be told, I haven't done an in-person appearance in 5 years. I haven't traveled in the same time frame because I got family responsibilities right now where I can't be out and about. I don't want to go too deep in that, but I actually talk about that in the memoir.
Oh, you do?
And so Stretch is out. He's doing gigs, and I know people are going up to, yo, where's Bob? Yo, where's Bob? Yeah, and I know he gets tired of that, but I mean, that's just what it is.
That's what it is right now. In this season. Oh, and you do talk about that in the book, huh? About where you are in your life.
The book is delicate. The book is transparent about my life. I mean, Akashic, Edge Sports and Akashic published it, and there was one section in the book they were like, "Yo, we think you should take that out," and I was like, "Nah, like I'll chop it down, I'll edit it myself, but people got to know my struggles throughout this timeline to appreciate when now he's globally recognized as an announcer. He's got he's got props and respect as a ball player. Like they need to know what I came from." The cloth, the struggle, the grit to come to that side. So we kept it.
You did. That's good. People got to learn from you. If you don't share, then how they supposed to learn? Like, what I mean? You got to share some of that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to read it. I'm going to spend the weekend. It's 4th of July weekend. I got off, so I'm going to spend time there. So what do people give the people, like, what are they going to get from this book?
Okay. Well,
give them the good Bobbito sell.
Well, I think everyone who reads the book will extract something different because there's so many angles and entry points. For example, you don't have to be into ball to identify with growing up in New York. Parents moved here from out of the country, and not speaking your native language, and dealing with sort of like those identity issues that
Mm-hmm.
that, that I expose. And part of that, I discovered some of my identity by playing ball. You know,
Mm.
um, Another example is you may not be into basketball, but you might be into social justice issues. And I wound up using the sport as a tool for social change. Currently, I run a tournament in 30 international locations called FC21. It's a 1v5. That means 1 versus 5. Whoever has the ball, everybody else on the court is playing defense, right? It's not 5 on
Wow.
5. It's not 3 on 3. It's not 1 on
That
1.
sounds crazy.
It's the only tournament in the history of the sport to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up with the idea because I wanted to be inclusive. Anybody can roll up and sign up. I do it in 30 international cities. And then all the winners come to New York for the all-world final at the GOAT, aka Rocksteady Park, every summer. I've been doing this since 2013.
Wow.
So I'm giving a platform for people to participate
Mm-hmm.
and to create community and connection, right? And so, I talk about that in the book. And so, but I mean, ultimately, I think my first audience, the niche audience that's going to love this, is all the ball players, both retired and active and up and coming. And I think for those who may love the game but can't play, maybe because of injury, or they just a scrub, they don't have the skills, they can learn from my book
Not a
about
scrub.
how I become an announcer. My book also features 30 years of my 35 millimeter photography. I've been out in the courts for 3 decades shooting, and nobody knows me for that. I mean, Nike done licensed my photos. Foot Locker. My
Oh,
photos
wow.
been in the Museum of the City of New York. You don't know that. Most people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Right. But the basketball world knows me as a photographer. So, but what I'm saying is that, like, basically, the book kind of gives a template for how to love a game so much and to create other opportunities out of it, whether you have a ball in your hand or not. And I think that's a jewel. And I love imparting wisdom to those who look up to me and who are inspired by me. And so I feel like this book is like Toma, enlighten yourself and think wide about the possibilities in this universe. 100%.
I love that. All right, Bobbito's book of B-Ball Bong Bong, A Memory of Sports, Style, and Soul. And everybody, where do they get it? Where do they get it?
Everywhere that's cool. And the reason why I say that, the reason why I say that is because, the first tier of bookstores who are carrying it, to my knowledge, are all Black, African-American, African-Caribbean, Boricua owned shops. Libros 787 in Puerto Rico, Julio de Burgos in Philadelphia, Word Up Books in Washington Heights, Taylor and Company in Brooklyn. I mean, it's at the major retailers too, but I'm always going to tell people, go support the indie stores. Bucketsandbaskets.com. They selling my t-shirts because I do merchandise for the project. So t-shirts, shorts, hoodies. I mean, you can go anywhere online. Just go to Cool Bob Love, KOOLBOBLOVE.com, or my social media, KOOLBOBLOVE. The links are in the bio. You can go to my website, click on any store that's carrying it, and go to it and support and enjoy and read, or don't read. Just look at the pictures. The pictures.
Oh, there you go. Now that's a good sell. You need to let people know that.
Yeah. But no, here's my sell. This is the first book, Angie, in the history of publishing, written by a Latino voice, raised on hip hop, embedded in the outdoor basketball community. Does not exist otherwise. Point blank, period. And the story, mic drop. So boom.
There it is.
You want to be down with the first? Buy the book.
Boom.
Bang.
What's up, Bobbito? Go get the book, everybody. It was so good to see your face, my love. I feel like we'll have to do another one after I read it. I feel like I'm going to be like, hold up, I got questions about the book now.
Part 2
coming soon.
Nah, I'm with it. I mean, I love talking to you. I've always loved talking to you. I interviewed you. I had you in my Vibe magazine column. Remember?
I remember that. We were babies. Oh my God.
You parked in front of the Jamaican spot on 14th Street. I got a crazy memory, yo.
Yo, that's really good. That's really true. I had a tracksuit, a sweatsuit on. I think I remember the photo. It was like purple or something crazy. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I
We
had
were
fun, man.
babies.
So I always, always got love for you, Angie. Always.
Back at you, my brother. Congrats on the memoir. Can't wait to read it. Everybody go check it out. Part 2 coming soon.
All right. Peace.
Bobbito.